Some of you don't need more money, you need more character. Plain and simple. Because the reality is, if your money outgrows your integrity, your collapse will probably just be delayed. Welcome back to the Vine and Branch channel. I am so glad you are here today. If you have been tuned in, tracking with us, we have been talking about the mindset of wealth, the importance of a mind that is prepared for everything that you're asking God for, that you are believing God for. Some of us are asking for things that we're just not ready for. And so in this 12-week journey, we are talking about the mindset of wealth. And today we're landed on character before capital. Last week we talked about healing, the process and the importance of healing before you handle more, so that the more don't destroy you. And before that, we talked about discipline. We talked about the importance of discipline and why it matters, why it's important to have discipline, to exercise discipline with more, because if you don't exercise discipline with more, you will just be exposed. You'll be louder, you'll be arrogant, you'll be all of these things of an undisciplined mind. That will be you. And then the first week we talked about the mindset, having the right mindset that creates capacity for more in your life. And so if you've heard something that's resonated with you, if you know somebody that can get something out of this, don't be afraid to pass this along so that they can get everything that you're getting from it as well. But without further ado, welcome back to the Vine and Branch channel. Let's jump right in. So again, I'm going to put a caveat out there. I have some notes, so if I'm looking off, don't be distracted. Don't be distracted by that. I'm only looking at my notes to make sure I'm capturing everything for you, okay? And so first and foremost, we're going to jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about, promotion without character is pressure. Promotion without character is pressure. I'm pretty sure you've heard the term before. What got you there won't keep you there. Okay. What you did to get there is not what it's gonna take to keep you there at the next level. You see, everybody wants promotion. Everybody wants that bigger payday. Everybody wants that bigger check. Everybody wants the more influence, the responsibility, the visibility, the likes, you name it. But promotion, what it does is it amplifies pressure. And pressure exposes cracks. So if there's areas, if there's cracks that are there, the pressure is going to only make those cracks more visible. Okay? What am I saying? What I'm saying is, if you lie at one level, you'll manipulate at the next level. If you cut corners now where you're currently at, in the current space that you're at, this current season that you're in your life, you will be unstable in public. Okay? You will compromise later. I'm sorry. If you cut corners now, you'll compromise later. If you're inconsistent in private, you'll be unstable in public. So the reality is, your true testing ground, your true battleground is what's going on when nobody watches you, when nobody can see you, when you're home alone, when you're on the road, on that business trip. What are you doing? All of those things matter and are a true visible reflection. You see, character isn't built in applauses. Character isn't built in likes. Character isn't built in how many people know your name. It's built in obscurity. It's built when no one sees your work ethic. It's built when no one sees your integrity, when no one sees your discipline. That's where character is truly built. That's where the foundation is formed. That's when the cracks begin cemented and you become strong and solid in your foundation. The second thing I want to talk about, small compromises become big collapse. Oftentimes, this is where downfalls start. We like to think what the news outlet has showed, the big scandal or the big fallout. We like to think that that's where it started. And the reality is, no, there was a lot of things happening in the background that led up to this massive downfall. But a lot of times we neglect the little small things. Major collapses don't happen all at once. It's a matter of little bitty things that go unresolved or unchallenged or unmet. What am I talking about? A little bit of dishonesty, the white lies, a little bit of pride, a little bit of ego, a little lack of accountability, where you feel like can't nobody tell you nothing. You only want to surround yourself with yes people. See, the reality is capital manipulates what's already there. You just have a little bit more access to do what you're going to do. Capital manipulates what's already inside of you. If integrity is there inside of you, it multiplies trust. If ego is there, it multiplies arrogance. If insecurity is there, it multiplies instability. And instability under pressure always cracks. That's a fact. Instability under pressure will always crack. You see, you don't fall because of money. You don't fall because of money. You fall because money revealed what wasn't developed. This is why this series is so important, because we're challenging old habits, old behaviors. We are developing what's underdeveloped or not developed at all. The next section, character builds capacity. Okay, character is consistency. It's doing the right things when it costs you. It's choosing principles over popularity. It's telling the truth when it's uncomfortable. It's managing what you have before you ask for more. Let me pause there for a second. If you can't manage what you have, if you're not taking care of what God has already blessed you, what God has already put in front of you, what He's already given you to steward, more won't change that. It won't. If you can't manage $100, you're not gonna be able to manage $1,000. If you can't manage $1,000, you're not gonna be able to manage 10,000. And it goes on and on and on and on again. You see, character builds capacity. It gives us room to be able to receive and handle more. And see, what happens is character attracts increase. Character attracts increase. Why? Because people trust consistent people. People trust consistent people. Teams follow steady leaders. If you're up and down and up and down, up and down, up and down, it's hard for people to follow you. It's hard for people to take what you're saying serious. And see, the reality is God entrusts increase to those who manage well. I'm sure you heard of the story of the parable in the Bible where 3 different individuals was given and one came back, or one saved, one multiplied. And as you go on and read this passage, you learn that the person who managed well what was given, more ultimately was given. If you can't handle influence with humility, you won't sustain it. You won't. Just being honest. You're not going to sustain it. Your ego is going to outgrow everything that you're trying to accomplish. So this week, as we get ready to wrap up, I want to leave you with 3 different things. But before I do, I want to ask you, I want you to be honest with yourself. Get you a journal, get you a pad, write this down. And I just want you to ask yourself, again, there's no pressure, there's no judgment. I'm not here to call anybody out. We're all growing together. But the first thing I want you to look at, I want you to ask yourself, where am I cutting corners? Be honest. Be honest. Because you can lie to everybody else around you, but at some point you're going to have to be honest with yourself. First question, where am I cutting corners? The second one is, where am I performing instead of being authentic? It's a much difference. It's a difference between performing and being authentic. The next thing I want to ask you is, would I trust someone with my habits to lead? Think about yourself as an individual. Would I trust someone else with my habits to lead? I know that's pushing buttons, but pushing buttons reveals areas of opportunities. I'm not here to call anybody out. I'm not your judge. I am only here for awareness, to make us aware of these things. Be honest, because character isn't what you post. I know we like to post our best parts of ourselves, our family, what we have and what we drive in and who know us and what's our job title and what we do. All of these things. But character isn't what you post. Character is what you practice. Okay? So, let me say this clearly. Money doesn't make you great. Money doesn't make you great. Character is what makes you great. Money doesn't make you trustworthy. Integrity does. Money does not make you powerful. Self-control does. If wealth showed up tomorrow, if wealth came knocking on your door tomorrow, would your character sustain it? Be honest. Would your character sustain it? This series is not about chasing capital. This is not no 12 steps to get rich, to become a millionaire. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about becoming the kind of person capital can trust. The kind of person that's becoming what capital can trust. As I always say, prepare in private so you can produce in public. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this. If you just got one nugget, if something stood out to you, please do me a favor and comment inside the comments. What's one thing that stood out to you? What's one thing that you can take away today, that you can do, that you can focus on, that you can work on, that's going to make you a stronger, better version of you? All right? Until we meet again, like, subscribe, share with as many people as you can. We are talking about character before capital. Until the next week, I'll see you next time. Be blessed.